Hello everyone, today our topic is how to sync Slack status with Calendly. So here my objective is that whenever a new invitee is created in Calendly, then automatically I want to use these details of the invitee and I want to update my status on Slack. So suppose I have an invitee created for a meeting, then automatically I want to update my status on Slack that I am on a meeting. So for that I have to build a connection between Calendly and Slack. So for building this connection, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect, which is an amazing software for automation and integration. In Pabbly Connect, I'm going to use trigger and action. In trigger application, I'm going to use Calendly. In action application, I'm going to use Slack. So how I'm going to build this connection? For that, let me take it to my computer screen. I hope all you can see my computer screen. And today we are going to see that how we can automatically update our status in Slack. So in my team, I used to face this problem that whenever I go on a customer call, meeting, or even I go out of the office for an event or something, then I forgot to update my status on Slack and my team never gets the update. So here to solve this problem, I'm going to automate Calendly with Slack. So here, whenever I will have a new meeting or customer call or new event, it will be updated on my Calendly account where that event or invitee will be added. So whenever my event will be starting, automatically our status will be updated in Slack. And when my event will end, automatically that status will get revoked. So for this, I have to build a connection between Calendly and Slack. And for that, I have to open a new tab and search for pabbly.com. And this will take us to this landing page of Pabbly. Here we have two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you don't have any account with Pabbly, you can just sign up for free. And it will take only 2 minutes of your time and you will get 100 of tasks free every month. Or if you already have an account, you can just sign in and you will get to see this page. So these are all the apps that Pabbly offers and we are going to use Pabbly Connect here. For that, I have to click here on this Access Now button under Pabbly Connect and it will direct us to the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here, this is the workflow section and we can see all the workflows that we will create here. And this is the folder section. We can create new folder here and we can save any workflow in any particular folder that we want. Now here, I want to create a new workflow. For that, I have to click here on this create workflow button and this window will pop up. Here I have to name my workflow. So I'm going to name it as my objective, which is to automatically update your Slack status. And I'm going to select the folder where I want to save my workflow. So I'm going to open this tab. And I can select any folder where I want to save my workflow. So I'm going to select home here and I will click on create. And this will take us to this most important window of our workflow. Here we have two boxes, trigger and action. So these are the two main principles on which our workflow works on. And trigger says when this happens, action says do this. So trigger is going to be the first step that will get executed in our workflow and action will just follow that. So we have to set up our trigger first and here my trigger application will be Calendly. So I'm going to select Calendly here and now I have to give a trigger event. So I'm going to open this tab and invitee created by user will be my trigger event. So I'm going to select this and now I'm going to connect Calendly with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection and I will connect with Calendly. So my connection here is successful as I've already logged into my Calendly account in my browser. So it has detected that. Now I have these two tabs. First is organization, second one is user. So my organization tab is already filled and I only have one organization in my Calendly account. So it has detected that. Now I have to select the user. So for selecting the user, you have to open this tab and in this you will find all the users that are connected with your Calendly account. So I'm going to use the user account. So I'm going to select this. And now what I need to do is I need to click on save and send as request button. And here it is waiting for response. So how I'm going to get this response? For that, I have to add an invitee. And for that, I have to go to Calendly. And in Calendly, I'm going to add invitee for this event, which is our integration. And in this event, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add invitee for a customer meet. So when I will add an invitee, I will fill that in the description. So I'm going to click here on this view live page button. Now I have to select my date and time. I'm going to select this date of 15th of Feb. And my timing will be of 3 p.m. And I'm going to click on next. Now I have to give the name. So my invitee name will be of dummy user and email will be dummyuser@pabblytudes.com. And here I can give the description. So it is going to be a customer meet. So I'm going to type customer meet here. Now I'm going to click on schedule event and I have created this invitee. Now we'll go back to Pabbly Connect. And here we can see I have created this invitee. And in this we have the details of the invitee and even my event. So I have this email address which is dummyuser@pabblytudes.com, and this is the name of my invitee which is dummy user, and this is the description of my event which is a customer meet. And in this we have this end time. So we have this end time of my event, but this time is in UTC time zone and not in Asia Kolkata time zone. So we need to change that later. And we also have this start date and time. This is also in UTC time zone. Now what I need is that whenever my event will start, then automatically my status will be updated on Slack. So for this, what I need to do is that I'm going to get these details every time an invitee will be created. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a delay that this workflow will only work when my event will start. So I'm going to set up my delay according to that. So for setting up the delay, I have to set up my actions tab. So I'm going to open this tab and here I'm going to use delay. So I'm going to select this and I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and add time delay will be my action event. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to connect delay by Pabbly with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. And now I have to select how much delay you want to put in workflow. So I'm going to open this tab and I'm going to select delay until, and now I'm going to give the delay date and time. So for selecting the delay date and time, I have to follow this format and I want my date and time in this particular format. And I also want that in UTC format. So we have our event start date and time in UTC format. So I'm not going to change the time zone, but I need to change the format of that start date and time. So for that, before this, I'm going to add another actions tab. And I'm going to use a tool that Pabbly offers, which is date and time formatter. So I'm going to select date and time formatter here. And now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and format date with time zone will be my action event. So I'm going to select this and I'm going to connect date and time formatter with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. And now I have to give a date. So I'm going to select the start date and time of my event. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Calendly. And in this, I'm going to search for start date and time. So this is my start date and time. So I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to select the format that this date and time is in. So this is in this particular format. Now I have to select the format that I want to change this in. So I'm going to open this tab. So I'm going to change this date and time in this particular format. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to select the time zone. So it is in UTC time zone. So I'm going to select that. And I want it to be same. So I'm going to select UTC again. And now I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request button. And here I have received this response. So I got my start date and time in the particular format that I want. Now I'm going to use this in my delay. So I'm going to open this tab of delay. And here I have to give the delay date. So I'm going to use the delay date that I have received in my date and time formatter. So I'm going to map that here. And for that, I'm going to use mapping. So what mapping is? Mapping is a technique through which I can retrieve the data from the previous steps. And the data that is changing will get replaced with the new data in the real time. So for mapping, I'm going to click here. I will open this response of date and time formatter. So this is my result. So I'm going to map this date and time. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request button. So I have set up my delay. Now what is going to happen is my workflow is delayed until my event will start. Now what I need to do is I need to update my status whenever my event will start. So for that, I have to add one more actions tab. And I want to update my status in Slack. So my action application will be Slack. So I'm going to select Slack here and I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and in this I'm going to select set status. So I'm going to select this and now I have to connect Slack with Pabbly Connect. So I'll click here on connect. I will click on add new connection and I will connect with Slack. And now I have to give a token type and in the token type I have to either select user or bot. So I'm going to select user here and now I have to click on save. And now I will scroll down. And I'm going to click on allow to give access to my account. And my connection here is successful. Now for setting up the status, I have these three tabs: status text, status emoji, and status expiration. So first I have to give my status text. So I'm going to give the status text of my description of the event that I have received in Calendly. I'm going to open the response of Calendly. And my description was of customer meet. So I'm going to select that. So this is going to be my status text. Now I have to give a status emoji, and for selecting the emoji, you can follow this instruction and you can find your emoji. So for selecting the emoji, you have to give the text. So I'm going to use this emoji of speech balloon. So I'm going to copy this text from here. So this is going to be my status emoji and I'm going to paste that here. And before giving the emoji, you have to make sure that your emoji is in between two colons. And now I have to give a status expiration. For that, I need the status expiration in this particular timestamp. Now for my status expiration, what I need is that whenever my event ends, then this status will revoke and that will be my status expiration time or date. So first I have the status and date and time in UTC time zone. So I have to change that in this Unix timestamp. So for that, before this action step, I have to add one more action step. And here again, I'm going to use date and time formatter. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to give an action event. So I'm going to open this tab and format date with time zone will be my action event. And I will connect date and time formatter. So I'm going to click here on connect. And now I have to give my date. So here I'm going to use the event and date and time that I have in Calendly. So I'm going to click here. I will open this response of Calendly and I'm going to search for and date and time. So this is my event and date and time. So I'm going to select this. So my and date and time is in this particular format. Now I want to change this in timestamp. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to scroll down and here I have this timestamp. So this is my Unix timestamp. So I'm going to select this. And now I have to give the from time zone. So this is in UTC time zone. And here I want my time zone to be in Asia, Kolkata, Pacific. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to search for my time zone, which is Asia, Kolkata. So I'm going to select this. And now I'm going to click on save and send as request button. And here we can see I have received this timestamp. So this is my resultant timestamp that I want. Now I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to open this actions tab of Slack. And here I'm going to map my status expiration. So I'm going to click here. I will open this last date and time formatter. And this is my timestamp. So I'm going to map this. So I have filled all my required details here. Now I'm going to click on save and send as request button. And here we can see we have received this response. So this is a positive response and this means that I have updated a status on my Slack channel. Now to check this, I will go to Slack and for checking the status, I will open this profile. And in this we can see I have updated a status on Slack and my status is of customer meet and it is going to be until 3:30 PM. This time is when my event is going to end and I have updated this according to so I'm going to open my profile here. And here on my profile, we can see I have this same status and this is the emoji that we have used, speech balloon. And we have this event description, which is customer meet. So I'm going to have this customer meet till 3:30 PM. So this status is going to stay until 3:30 PM. So I'm going to close this. So here we can see that I'm updating the status in my Slack account according to my Calendly events that I'm creating. So whenever I will have a new meeting or a customer call, then automatically a status will be updated on my Slack channel. And whenever a new event will be created in Calendly or a new invitee will be added in Calendly, then automatically by using those details, I'm going to update my status on Slack so that my team will get updated and these status will get revoked as my event will end. So here my connection between Calendly and Slack is working successfully. Now let's go back to Pabbly Connect. And here I've created this connection between Calendly and Slack in such a way that whenever a new event or a new invitee is added in Calendly, then automatically by using the details of that event or invitee, I'm updating my statuses on Slack. So let's summarize what we did here. So first I have set up my trigger and my trigger application was Calendly and my trigger event was invitee created by user. Then I have set up my action steps and first I have used date and time formatter. In the first date and time formatter, I have formatted my start date and time of event so that I can use that in delay. After that, I have used delay by Pabbly and I have delayed my workflow until my event starts. And after this, I have used date and time formatter one more time. And in this, I have formatted my end date and time into a timestamp so that I can use that in Slack. And in the last, I have used Slack as my action application and my action event was set status. So this is how I have successfully created this workflow. And you can also create this workflow by following all the steps that I did in my workflow. And I'm also going to put the link of my workflow in the description so you can check it out from there. And thank you for watching this video.
Not just these applications, you can automate and integrate a lot more applications like this using Pabbly Connect. If you need any help or if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can post them at forum.pabbly.com, or if you have any issue with the pricing of Pabbly, you can connect on this link. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.